Hey everyone, this is smpratte, and today we're going to open up some vintage Wizards of the Coast sealed product. We're going to start with a couple first edition jungle booster packs. These are actually sold to me as unweighed, so we're going to find out if that's true. And then we're going to open up this Zap theme deck. Keep your fingers crossed that this is the Shadowless version. I actually brought over a couple of good luck charms for anyone who's been here a little over a year now. I opened up one of these Zap decks back when my channel had slightly more cringe than it does today. And this was one of the exact cards I pulled. You can tell right away it has the Mark of the Beast, the cellophane stain, which limits this probably to a PSA 9 stain qualifier if I actually had it graded normally. Otherwise, this is just, look at this card. This is otherwise a certified beautician. This would probably be a PSA 10 if it didn't have that stain on there. So I went and actually got these signed by Mitsuhiro Rita just to make it a little unique. But nonetheless, those are the good luck charms, and let's hope they bring nothing but hollows and shadowless pulls. So let's get right into it. We're about to take one pack off the market. This only goes in one direction. This is going to be very careful, very meticulous. One thing I'll add is I think a lot of people truly undervalue a lot of this old product. So we're going to be as slow and steady as possible. And as usual, we're going to do a little art appreciation. You can't go wrong with Cubone. Uh-oh. See a little bit of silver there. So we got Cubone, one of the best Cubones ever. Meowth. Let's check the condition real quick, actually. Condition's pretty good. I would say strong 9 minimum, probably 10 on these commons. Then we got Venonat. Then we got Rhyhorn. Oh, yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see a If you get Pikachu and Cubone, you can give me non-hollow and I'm still good. That's what you want to see. Probably gradable as well. Yes, it is. Another certified beautician. That's probably a PSA 10 guarantee. Then you got Mankey and Jigglypuff. Then we got something big here. Vileplume Hollow. Let's check. Is there any hollow factory lines? No, there aren't. We'll do a close-up on this. We'll do a full overview on this Vileplume. Good centering. Nothing wrong with the hollow. And then what about this back? Is this going to be considered whitening here? Not sure. Otherwise, I would say this is definitely going to be... Oh, yeah, look at that. We'll just hold that there for a little bit. Let you appreciate that quality condition. This is probably going to be... This is just a little flake there. This is probably going to be a PSA 10 candidate. I rarely say that. That's something I very rarely would claim. But this pack, like I said, these were sold to me for a little bit more because they were not weighed, and that has been true so far. And then we'll end with the Primate, Marowak, and Parasect. I mean, you really can't ask for more out of that pack. That is the most bang for your buck you can get. So let's see if this one can top that. I mean, even if this isn't a hollow, I'm still just pleased with that first pack. And as usual, we're going to take our time. Try not to rush this. Uh-oh, Cubone again? Are we getting a repeat? So we got Cubone again in the beginning. I would say same condition. This is interesting right away. You see this here? I always like to focus on that. You see that right there? This is a pack fresh card. You saw it live on camera, first time opened, and you already have that little indent. I want to take the time to showcase that because I think a lot of people forget that pack fresh is not gem mint. There's another one right there, actually. So you got two. We got one little one there, another little one there. That's the name of the game. That is why the 10s carry a premium. So moving on, we got a Paris, Rhyhorn, Venonat, Bellsprout. Getting a little slower here. We got the Spearow. What's coming up next? We got Meowth. Uh-oh. We already know what it's going to be. Big Diesel Snorlax coming in with the hollow rare. No hollow scratches. Good centering. Oh, God. You already see it right there. You see that silvering on the left? Quintessential jungle problem. That's a jungle fossil problem right there. Definitely one of the things I like to do when I open product is also to basically educate some of the patterns that I've experienced. And I've probably opened, let's see, at least 2 or 3 jungle and fossil each first edition boxes. And you definitely experience that hollow or that silvering. And that's because the blades, I think, were dull, a little bit duller. That's interesting. You see that same little bit of whitening there. That little piece of whitening, I guess, or debris. But nonetheless, I would say this would be a gem mint card. You don't see any strong whitening on the back. Not sure. This is pack fresh, and we got this little bit of, I don't know what that is, a little bit extra debris there. But there you go. Pulled the Snorlax. Definitely want to showcase that silvering. Not sure if that'll be treated, if that'll be docked at PSA. There's only one way to find out. But again, nice quality pack. And then we got a Butterfree here, not an air version. This is the normal Butterfree, still quality artwork. Weeping Bell, and then we'll finish off with a Fearow. Now let's get into the final chapter. This is the Zap theme deck. This could very well be a Shadowless theme deck. We will find out very soon. The reason why I say this could very well be Shadowless is because I made a large purchase from a collector a while back, and the decks that I did pull were Shadowless. So this is from that same... Oh boy, look at this. Look at this right here. Not sealed? We had the sealed cellophane. I guess this might have opened over time. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that means the stain won't be as present, but here's the moment of truth. We're going to do the flip. And it is Shadowless. Please believe. And this might actually be a blessing in disguise that this was opened. The plastic is a bit finicky. And you could tell right away, you can't feel it. We don't have the technology yet through YouTube. You can't feel it, but it has a little bit of that residue there. I would say slightly less than other pulls that I did in the past, but let's try to give you a good angle. You see that on the camera? I think that's catching it. You can see it right there. This is the mark of the beast. That's that classic cellophane stain. This is probably, let's check the back real quick. This is probably going to get a 9 stain qualifier. That's what I'm guessing. I'll probably actually send this one to PSA. And I'm guessing it's going to get a 9 stain. Because without this stain, usually when you have a qualifier, the general rule of thumb is that qualifier is what limits it from upgrading. So if you have a 9 stain, that means otherwise it would be a 10. 8 stain, it would otherwise be a 9, and so on. That's why the 9 OCs or the 8 OCs, the off-center qualifiers, those usually carry a little bit of a premium for certain people. They're kind of a niche. So this one would definitely fall into that gap because it's someone who says, you know what, this would otherwise be a gem mint card, but it does have that stain. So it kind of is in the middle there, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, there's the Mewtwo. And we can go through, let's go through this deck and see if the rest of these are gradable. The Zap deck is one of the most bang for your buck decks that you can buy and break. I don't think that's a mystery for anybody because you have Jinx and another Jinx. So Jinx is actually very difficult to grade in first edition. And this is probably going to be a 10. Yeah, this is very strong. Both of these are probably going to be very strong. Usually the front and back of decks is what you got to look out for. But nonetheless, you have 2 Jinx in here. You have a couple Hauners. These are usually popular Pokemon. And then we're going to get to the most popular pretty soon here, which is, wait for it, Pikachu. I don't care who you are watching this video. If you spent 1 second or your entire life in the hobby, you know this Pokemon. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4 Shadowless Pikachus in a deck. So keep in mind these are the Yellow Cheek variants, but nonetheless, they still are going to be collectible because it is the rarer Shadowless version. And we can go ahead and check the backs to see if these are gradable. Actually, see a little bit of whitening on this one. Interesting how that occurs. This is another great example of how the mystery of Wizards of the Coast, a lot of people are going to say, okay, this is in the middle of a deck. Why would you see whitening? But nonetheless, there is a little bit of whitening on that one. That one definitely looks stronger. All these actually look really, really strong. When you have that deep blue, you could just tell right away. We also don't have the smell vision yet. You could just smell that nice, fresh Wizards of the Coast smell. Don't act like you don't know what it is. We all know what it is. But these are just, yeah, these are all very, very quality. Outside that last one, I think these are probably all going to be 10s. And then we just finish off with the rest of the deck, going through the condition. We got Magnemites. And then we have your rare as well, which is going to be the computer search. Let's try to get a close-up on that, see if it's gradable. Decent centering. Let's go to the back. Back's looking pretty good. Maybe a bit of, nope. I wouldn't say that's going to be considered whitening. The tough thing with Wizards of the Coast, if you really bend the card, it's like, okay, this whole thing is white, but it's not considered whitening because it's not actually invading the back border. That's, you know, you're being really meticulous. But keep in mind the copyright here is what deems the trainer cards as Shadowless. For the super veterans out there, there's a nice little subtlety between most of the Shadowless and Unlimited trainers, which I actually need to do a video on that. But there you go. That is the Shadowless Zap deck. Oh, we got a Professor Oak as well. Look at this. Bang for your buck. They got a couple of bills. According to some BuzzFeed article, this is one of the most valuable cards in the hobby. So you get a couple of those as well. But there you have it. There is the 2 jungle pack openings. Let me put the cards out here so you can see them again. You got the Mewtwo Shadowless. Then you have the Snorlax. And then the Vileplume, which these will all go into sleeves. And there you go, guys. As usual, let me know your thoughts. And that's pretty much it. Until next time.